Right. What advantages do you see in Taiwan and it will stay?
What advantages in Taiwan that maybe stay? Okay. Yeah, I'll just clarify. Don't you wear a face mask?
No problem.
Actually, that's one thing about Taiwan. Yeah, Taiwan is let's say Taiwanese. Taiwanese tend to be very well behaved, generally speaking. Compared to like in China, I found that people didn't always necessarily abide by rules and regulations, and definitely not in England or in North America. And one example would be went back to England last summer, not this year, last year, and whenever I saw like a bunch of teenagers walking along the street, then I would just try to not make eye contact, and sometimes I would cross to the other side of the road. If there was like a group of like 5 or 6 teenagers, especially if it's boys. Why? Because in England, and the same in North America as well, oftentimes teenage boys, they like to cause trouble, and if they don't like the look of you, they'll probably start shouting abuses at you. Or for example, they might see that I'm not from their their country or their city, and then they'll be like, "What are you doing in my country? Get out," etc. That never happens in Taiwan. Especially like teenagers. If you see like a group of teenage schoolboys, they're not going to say or do anything against you. Because the reality is that they have so much homework. They have so many studies that they don't really have any energy to do anything else, other than just study. And so, they'll tend to be much more better behaved. So consequently, I think Taiwan is one of the safest countries. So that's one thing. Another thing is that Taiwan is so convenient. You can pretty much get anything that you want anytime. There's a 7-Eleven or a Family Mart everywhere, and that's not true in mainland China. It's not true in Europe or North America. And then thirdly, and especially for when I start having children, the healthcare in Taiwan. Whether it's when my children were born, the postnatal care for my wife after she gave birth, and also the free injections, and everything is so cheap as well, compared to whether it's China or in England. In England, healthcare is free, but you might have to wait like 3 months in order to see a specialist. So here you wait maybe like an hour. In England, you might have to wait 1 month, 2 months, 3 months to see the doctor. And so sometimes then you're dead by the time it's finally your turn. So in which case then it solves the problem. People who are sick, it's like, okay, yeah, they're not sick anymore. Why? Because they're dead. So that happens in the UK and also in Canada as well, because you have to wait. There's so few doctors, whereas in Taiwan there's like 10 doctors along every street. So for those reasons, I think Taiwan is a great place, for you to have a family, especially.
One or two questions.